The European Union has made a good ruling. They've decided that the European Union does not have the authority to ban pro-communist discussion. However, they worded it as belittling, minimizing, or denying communist crimes. Or, they said, and other totalitarian regimes. Which means if I said something like, you would have to be an idiot to think that Stalin killed 50 million people because there were only 80 million people in the Soviet Union and 27 million died in World War II, so that would leave 3 million people left in the country, which would make it smaller than Cuba, and that's hardly a world superpower. For example, if I'd have said that it's completely it's stupid to think that Stalin killed 50 million people because that would defy basic math, I would now be guilty of a crime because I had minimized or made light of a supposed communist crime. So now they would make what I just said illegal. In other words, it would be against the law to speak well of communism and to refute lies like the Homolodor and other things. So the European Union actually did something right. Now, this has been an issue that's been pushed by the foreign minister of Lithuania, who's been calling for people to be criminally punished for speaking well of communism. Now, they said this goes along with defending or denying totalitarian crimes. Yet I've noticed at no time has anybody ever mentioned the old kings of Europe and the millions that they've killed in the last in hundreds of years. Yet nobody seems willing to ban these guys at all, of course. Because, of course, the kings of old Europe didn't do anything wrong, and they weren't totalitarian regimes at all, because the royal family's running thing is not a form of totalitarianism, yet these were mysteriously left off. Or even the old fascists of Europe before communists came to power. Apparently, they don't count either. So, in other words, this is specifically targeted at trying to stop people from talking positively about communism. In other words, people aren't allowed to even openly discuss it because then you're belittling or ignoring the imaginary, mostly imaginary crimes. This is a deliberate attack on freedom of speech, and I think the European Union realizes that. There were other countries, Latvia, what was it, Bulgaria, Czech Republic, Hungary, Latvia, and Romania. The foreign ministers of these nations also agreed and also tried to have this ban. And I think those countries, if I were a member of one of those countries, I would be ashamed of my foreign ministers for backing up such a blatant attempt at trying to block freedom of speech. I would also like to comment that it is against the law to deny the Holocaust or to defend the Nazi regime is also illegal. It's a punishable offense. I'd also like to say for the record that I disagree with that as well. I don't think it should be against the law to deny the Holocaust. Because first of all, what credible person denies the Holocaust? I mean, these people are, even though it is illegal, these people are ignored anyway, so who cares? But then again, I can only speak on the objective experiences as a Canadian. I can't say how prevalent anti-Semitism is among Europe because I don't live there. Obviously, anybody who is from Europe and does know what the anti-Semitism is like, I would encourage you to leave a comment in the section saying what it's actually like there. But I would say denying anybody or blocking anybody from talking about anything, regardless of how you individually feel about it, is a violation of freedom of speech. Now, obviously, I know the Holocaust happened, and it's been proven now. They've said, oh, well, they couldn't find any plans for the building or expansion plan. Well, they did. They found expansion plans that showed that they were actually going to make Auschwitz even bigger to take more people. So denying the Holocaust is just ridiculous. So I just don't believe in blocking anybody from talking about anything. And the definition of what is hate speech is very, very blurred. Now, if somebody were to discuss the Holocaust as to whether or not it was actually happened or not, that is one thing. To make a comment calling for the extermination of a people, that would be. Now, again, sometimes this can be a very gray area, but I don't believe in blocking people from talking. A truly open and free society has nothing to fear from people discussing ideas. So I'm going to say I want to applaud the European Union for this ruling and hope that it sticks and doesn't get taken to some higher court, or they find some legal loophole to ban people about talking about communism, which is what this is really about. And to the Lithuania's foreign minister, Audronius Azubalis, go F yourself, you Nazi scum.